What's going on, everybody? My name's Mike G, and normally here on my channel I try to cover topics that have to do with creating passive income through the vending business. But today I'm going to talk about something a little bit different. In prior videos I've spoken about ways to increase the value of your money by finding certain quarters in your vending machine route or even in your own pocket. But yesterday I decided to do a little experiment with a denomination other than quarters. I went around to two different banks and I picked up over $100 worth of nickels. And I wanted to go through the nickels and search through and see what I could find. What were my chances of finding something that may have a value higher than face value of 5 cents. And there are two different ways that you can create value over face value. And one is the metallic value. If, like, for instance, quarters that are 1964 and back, they have a 90% silver content, and the silver is worth a lot more than the quarter 25-cent face value. And also you can find this in the 64 and back dimes, and also Kennedy half dollars 64 and back, and from 65 to 1970 half dollar are 45% silver, I believe is what it is. But I decided to choose nickels because they also have a silver content, which is 1942 to 1945. The war nickels, they have a 35% silver content. But there are also other irregularities in older coins, mint condition coins, nice coins that you can find that also create value. And the second value is called a numismatic value, which a numismatist is someone who studies coins and collects coins, and their price on a coin is worth the value to them. So let's take a look at this experiment and see what came up. Well, I have a whole bag full of nickels here, nickel rolls that I got from the bank, and I'm getting ready to go through them and see what I can come up with. I opened one roll already, and already I found a 1940, a 1941, and a 1956. So the war nickels from 1942 to 45 are 35% silver, but I always save for my sets 1938 nickels to 1963. So that's kind of what I'm looking for. Anything in around those years, or even before 38 is even better, but that's difficult to find. So I'm going to go through all these and see what the outcome is. Okay, I have a bunch of rolls here that I'm getting ready to go through. I got these at a bank in the Villages. If you don't know where the Villages are, it's a community of elderly people. So I come out here to visit my mom and pop, and I stopped at the bank. I might get something old from something that a elderly person had been saving and ended up cashing in, or maybe one of them died and their kids took the money to the bank. I went through 4 rolls already, and now I'm getting ready to keep going through these. And I went through another bank also, and let's see, I got a whole stack of hand rolled ones in there as well. So I'm gonna see what we come up with. I'll keep you posted as we move along. Okay, so I just opened my 3rd roll of these white ones, and already I noticed 2 things. We have, let me zoom in and focus here. We have a 1943 war nickel. Oh yeah! This is prevalent because on the back you can see the mint mark right there, the P. So when you see that big mint mark on the back, you know you have a war nickel. And this is a 65. Usually I do 63 and back, but this is in such a good condition. I like the press of it. So I'm going to hold on to these 2 out of this roll. And I'm going to keep going to see what else I find. Okay, I'm on roll number 11. And what I do is I always move That was a mistake. But I always move these new head nickels to the side because I know I'm not looking for those. And then I start to look through these with the Jefferson head on it, the older ones. And what I found in this pile was a buffalo head nickel. Look. And a 1961. So let's take a look here. 1930 is the date on there. Look. So that's a nice little find, and still got a lot of rolls to go. So I'm gonna keep going and see what happens. Okay, moving on to roll 15. You can tell somebody got these nickels out of an old piggy bank because there's some old ones here. But right up here we have a 58, a 57, and a 60. So definitely have to add those in. And even though this one is an 87, I think I'm going to hold on to this one too. This one looks like it almost has some copper in it, so I'm going to figure it out. Well, all in all, this was a good search. I found a lot of good nickels that I'm happy with, a lot of good dates. And this was almost by roll. So I found at least 1, 2 to 3 nickels in the majority of the rolls that I was happy with, dating from 1930 was the oldest one that I found, which was this buffalo head nickel, Indian head nickel. And you can see the faint 1930 there. And I found another one here, which was a 1935. So I found 2 of those. What do you expect now? But I found some uncirculated 80 nickels over here, which I'm going to stack up. And I believe the ones that I started stacking in here were uncirculated 90s. So I'm going to put them in order and see what happens. Okay, I'm happy with the outcome of this coin roll search experiment, and it just goes to show that there are still plenty of good coins out there. So you just have to look through your coins, look through your change, look through your vending machines, whatever you have that produces all types of coins, and you can find in any denomination great coins. So out of over 2,000 coins, I found close to 50 that I pulled to the side. Out of these 50, 3 were 1943 war nickels with the 35% silver content, worth a couple dollars just for the metal alone. And also 2 Indian head nickels, buffalo nickels, that also weren't in the greatest condition, but can generally fetch between a few dollars to a few $100s. So you can find good money in your coins. Keep looking, and I'll see you next time. And if you like the video, make sure you hit the like button. If you have any questions, leave me a comment in the comments below. And if you haven't subscribed already, make sure you hit the subscribe button at the bottom of the screen.